Do I get my normal clothes back?
Now that I have Omega clearance, we should have what we need to capture Hephaestus. But before I head to the ferry, maybe I should stop by landfall.
Everything okay?
I guess.
With the CO gone, maybe more Quen will be willing to talk.
Okay.
I was looking around the island.
I know I leveled up, but I don't want to wear Sobek's raiment. I want to wear what I was wearing, which I believe was the Vindicator. Now, I think I was wearing the Marshal, but I had the look of the Vindicator. No, that is definitely not what I was wearing, because I had green on. So maybe I was wearing the Vindicator? But then, what did I have the appearance? Was it this? The right singer? The Utaru right singer? Yeah. It was this. Yeah, because I remember it was definitely green.
Sorry if our encampment doesn't meet your standards.
So now there's an encampment here with a workbench and a hunter and everything.
Much was lost during our voyage.
So that stuff's going to be over here.
What kind of shoulder doing all right?
I think. Over here. Hey, and we got a stash as well. Definitely good to restock. What do you have? Adhesive warrior bow, ice storm bolt blaster, and the thunderbolt shotgun. Okay. We can also get the Osram striker outfit. I'll grab some fast travel packs. But I don't think I... Well, I could sell some stuff. I was going to say I don't think I need anything else, but I could sell some stuff. Okay. So we're in sell. Just always good to make sure. Okay. So mark all of these to sell. Nice. And then, as we have been, I also want to sell food resources, not pouch resources. Anything that is just for food, I want to sell. But rich meat, I think is used for potions too, right? Okay, maybe I don't really have much of anything to sell right now. Or no, is it wild meat? I think it's wild meat. Yeah. Well, we'll just hold on to it for the moment. Okay. And that's everything that's here, because it's just a small little settlement. Real quick, let's mark these data points. There we go. And since we leveled up, we have new skills to go through. We have 5 skill points. Anything in Warrior that I could add on right now? What is this? Resonator Blast. Resonator Damage. Spinning Scythe. Let me just see it in action one more time here. 1, 2, pause. 1, 2. And it does a spinning attack. Yeah, I could go for that. That leaves me with 3 more. We also have melee might here. Now, see, that could be cool, because I do like melee attacks when I can get them off. In the meantime, anything in Hunter I want to go for? That's with the Bolt Blaster. That seems pretty cool. Heavy Weapon Plus is not that big of a priority. Oop. Ammo Expert? Oh, absolutely. You kidding me? Shit, yeah. Craft more ammo from the same amount of resources? Yeah, 100% would go for that. That's just absolutely a huge one. Okay, so now we have to return to the base, which at this point would just be easier to fast travel. But is there anything over here that I would really want to explore first? There's some unknown things. Black boxes, enemy sites, a shelter over there. There's not going to be any more actual, like, you know, real settlements or anything. The bolt clip satchel I can get from Golf Feathers there. I think right now I'm just going to head back. No. It's one of these somewhere. Yeah, I'm supposed... Ah, Jesus. I'm supposed to return to base, so I'm surprised there's not a marker telling me where that is. Okay, it's not this far east. I think it's by the mountains, isn't it? Wasn't there like an entrance like right by the mountains? There's a campfire right like on the other side of the entrance. I know that. Letopolis? Exit? Spine break? No, that's not it. Oh, here we are. And we could just go to this campfire. There we go. Okay, well, let's check in with the homies. I feel like there's more decorations here than before. Which makes sense. It would make sense that there would be more now. I'm sure this has been restocked. Not that. Shit, where is it? Is that on the other side? I'll get to you all in a second. There's a chest here that gets restocked every once in a while. Yeah, you. Okay. Go back to where I entered. Okay, so there's some people to talk to in the middle here. Oh yeah, there's definitely more decorations. Hi there. How you doing, Errand?
There she is. I hear you found thieves. How was it?
A lot.
Maniacs, lava. What's not to like?
Right.
I'll remember that next time I go traveling.
At least I got what we needed to trap Hephaestus.
Good thing I got my gear ready then.
Companions.
Have you spoken with Alva yet?
Yeah, when she's not reading the archives like a giddy kid drinking her first ale. She took to
Sounds
that
about
new focus
right.
quick, that's for sure.
Oh yeah,
I
I'm
gotta
sure.
say I'm a little jealous, but I can see why you two hit it off.
Oh, absolutely.
You look tired.
Ha! You never want to hold back, are you?
No, not really.
I've just been making sure that I got everything down for this mission of yours.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to be the usual screw-up out there.
No, you're good.
Fine, Errand.
Okay.
I should get going.
As soon as you want us heading out to those cauldrons.
I'll give you the heads up.
Yep. Okay, how about you, Varl?
From the look on your face, I'd say the mission was a success.
Yeah, pretty
I got
much.
Omega clearance. Is everyone ready to head out to Cauldron Gemini?
As soon as you give the word.
Did Alva make it here all right?
Are
Well,
you
we already
close?
know so.
The moment she laid eyes on the archives, she jumped on them like a long.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
Once Gaia is back up and running, I expect you to put all your training to good use.
The seeds have been planted. All they need is a chance to bloom.
Nice.
What? I thought that was pretty good. Zoe liked it.
I'm glad you and Zoe found each other.
Yeah.
Don't forget, you're to blame for that.
Yes. I mean...
Now that I have Omega clearance,
Yeah.
we can grab Hephaestus and finally have the advantage over the Zeniths.
Yeah,
Can't
but
wait to see
I
their
don't think it's
faces
gonna
as they
go that
stare down a
easily.
bunch of charging thunderjaws.
Better them than us, for once.
Yeah, I definitely just don't think
should
it's gonna
get
go
this
that
together.
well.
Of course. Let us know when we're needed.
No, what? No, I'm not done talking over here.
Welcome back.
Good to be back. Have you met our new Quen guest yet?
I could barely keep up as she gave herself a tour of the base. Varl gave her a new focus.
Yeah.
Though when he told her she was free to access all the data we had here, she turned so pale, I thought she'd faint on the spot. We showed her to the archive room so she could see for herself. She hasn't left the place since.
Sounds like Alva.
Oh, I also wanted to give you this. For helping with the land gods.
Okay.
Plainsong is in your debt.
Sure.
Thank you, Zo.
I
You deserve
appreciate
much
it.
more for all
I don't know
you've
what
done.
it was, but I appreciate
May
it.
the land always bloom in your steps.
And yours?
You're trying.
How are things with everyone?
Slightly quieter. Aaron's been busy scouring data on his newest obsession.
Right.
Apparently the old ones wrestled machines as some kind of performance. Called it metal versus meat. A must-see battle between steel and
Okay.
flesh, as Aaron likes to put it. You'd think we have enough of that going around as it is.
Sure.
Read anything interesting lately?
I found out the old ones use leaf infusions like the Utaru do.
Yeah.
Tea, they call it.
Yeah.
Apparently it helped soothe them.
Tea is great.
That
I love
and
tea.
some sort of scented wax they use to cleanse their aura. Plus something called bubble baths. Me, I think I'll stick to singing to calm the nerves.
Fair enough.
I assume you've been looking into Demeter now that Gaia's merged with it?
Yes, it's been humbling to know that the seeds I carry in this pouch came in turn from the seeds saved for Demeter in the old world. It gives me hope that the cycle of life will prevail now, just
Sure.
as it did before.
That's the plan.
How to go with the chorus after we fix the land gods?
They were shocked when I told them that our lands would soon be on the mend. I thought Fane's eyes would pop out of his head. But of course they had no choice but to take it as good
I
news,
mean, yeah,
even if it
they've
meant
seen
all their
evidence
preaching
of
about
it.
meekly accepting our doom was exposed as rot. To be honest, I found the conversation to be highly enjoyable.
I'm glad. You deserve it.
Yeah.
They're lucky that you never gave up on saving them. I need to get going.
It is kind of crazy how far
You've retrieved
Aloy's
the Omega
come.
clearance. That means we'll be going after Hephaestus soon. I'll make sure my gear's ready.
So we're all going to be going out. It's going to be this big group mission. I mean, there's going to be a lot of crazy shit happening. Okay, so... Alva? Hey, girl.
Aloy,
Right to work, I see.
there's just so much.
She's so
I mean,
goddamn
we
cute.
knew of artificial beings that served the ancestors, but Gaia? Oh, she's amazing.
Sure.
And you, a true.
Yes, we already
reincarnation
covered
of an
that.
Ancestor, genetically speaking. Of
Right,
course,
right,
not
right.
Like the late CO. And there's more ancestors out there, returned from beyond.
Yeah, but they're
the
not
stars.
great.
Of course, they're trying to kill us, which is not great. And Eric
I love the
Viscer's
delivery.
which is disturbing.
Yeah.
Then there's Hephaestus, and
Okay. How about we take it one step at a time?
you're right. I also owe you an explanation
Yeah.
for everything that happened at Landfall.
I imagine you don't know anyone here that well yet, but they're a good group.
It's funny because one of your friends is
Well,
another
yeah.
you. Not that you are the same person.
No,
at all.
definitely not.
I mean, you are, as in you're both genetically Elizabeth Sobeck.
Thank you,
But
Alva.
even so, you're different.
Yeah, we are. I hope everyone's been treating you okay.
Oh, yeah, of course. They've all been extremely welcoming. And they share the knowledge they learn on their focuses with each other.
Not used to that, are you?
It's refreshing.
Yeah.
Back home, diviners can only share data with the permission from the overseers.
Sounds restrictive and stifling.
Yeah, it would be.
You are not wrong.
I see you've been using your new focus.
Yes.
It's been fascinating. So much better than the version the Quen have.
Right.
What would have taken me years to sort through, like the database you helped
Well,
me
I mean, it
uncover.
took Aloy
With
years,
this, I've
really,
been
to get a
able
lot of this
establish
down,
search
so...
parameters to speed up the process. This could revolutionize how diviners analyze the legacy.
Okay.
That is, whatever part of it the overseers would actually let us study.
Also true.
You wanted data, you'll find lots of it here.
A diviner has never had this sort of unsupervised access to archives such as this. And knowing you, I suspect there is much that would normally be forbidden held within them. But
I love that
was
forbidden
sent
was
here to
capitalized
help
there.
you.
It's like, that wasn't
I would
necessary.
be remiss to ignore any truth laid before me. Maybe it'll help the Quen find their way back to the path of truth.
I mean, maybe.
You mentioned Eric Visser? How
Yeah.
do you know about him?
Yeah.
The Zenith who tried to kill you? He is known to the Quen as the Protector.
Interesting.
Combing through data related to his work led us to breakthroughs related to weapons and military tactics.
Okay.
Knowledge our rulers used to conquer and expand, to become the empire we are today. That's why he's one of our most revered ancestors. But based on your encounter with him, it appears he's even more ruthless than we ever imagined.
Yeah, seems like
Yet
it.
another distorted interpretation in the legacy.
Yeah, basically.
At least you're piecing together the truth.
Yeah, yeah.
If only the overseers back home would do the same.
Beta mentioned other Zeniths. Tilda, Verbena, and Gerard.
Right.
I'm afraid I don't know anything about them. Whatever
It was worth a
legacy they left
shot.
behind, the diviners haven't recovered.
Hmm. It was absolutely worth checking.
Back at the greenhouse, you spoke of knowledge forbidden to your people.
Diviners are meant to seek out the truth in the legacy, and many Imperials sponsor them in the hopes they'll find something the
Okay.
Empire can put to use, thus gaining favor with the Emperor. But the Board of Overseers claims certain truths are detrimental to the stability of the Empire, like discovering one of our revered ancestors ended the world.
Right.
That is why diviners are only allowed to access segments of the legacy. Only overseers can view it all. It ensures that any heretical data can be contained and retrieved before it can spread.
What happens to diviners who break the rules?
Probably nothing good.
I
Probably
never had
death.
the courage to ask.
You said you owed me an explanation for what happened in Thebes.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
I'm curious.
Right. I'll start at the beginning with the CO.
Let's hear it.
He was an Imperial, the Emperor's nephew, in fact.
Okay.
As such, he sponsored many diviners to search the legacy for anything that might help the tribe, and himself. He took a special interest in anything related to Ted Farrow, whom we consider the greatest of the ancestors.
Right.
Ted Farrow, revered ancestor. That's tough to take.
I know better now, of course.
Yeah, yeah, we know.
Anyway,
We're not...
the diviners discovered
We're not,
that
like,
Farrow
calling
spent
you out
a great deal
specifically.
of time in San Francisco. In fact, many of the most important ancestors did.
Right.
So the Emperor's nephew convinced him that an expedition across the ocean might solve our most pressing problems. If only we could find the right data in this fabled city. Perhaps we could roll back the floods and storms that threatened our people. The
I mean,
Emperor
it's
declared
possible.
that all the tribe's resources be poured into this endeavor. Dozens of ships were built, scouting missions were dispatched, and the Emperor's nephew was named CO, one who wields the legacy for the good of the Empire. The living embodiment of Ted Farrow, the Renewer. It may seem strange now, but for a time, he carried all of our hopes. We really believed he would save us.
Yeah, I bet
We
you
had no
did.
idea just how perilous the journey would be.
You said the expedition across the sea was more dangerous than you thought it would be.
Right, probably sea machines, right?
We lost most of our ships.
Or hurricanes. That would do
and
it too.
Scores of soldiers perished to hunger and disease.
That would happen,
And
yeah.
that was before we even hit the coast. Once we landed, machines ripped our patrols apart, and we struggled to replenish our rations. There were bright spots, to be sure. We found Thebes and the greenhouse, but nothing improved the CEO's mood as his dreams of saving the tribe were slowly dashed. He became more and more obsessed with Thebes and what lay behind its door, and more convinced that the title of CEO was no mere honorific. You heard him, spouting nonsense about Pharaoh's essence and some kind of becoming. We knew these weren't the words of a sane man, but he was quick to put any who spoke out in front of a firing squad.
Yeah.
What a great guy.
The Quen are wrong about many things when it comes to the legacy. I can see that now.
That's for
But
sure.
what the CO became was a complete perversion of what principled diviners stand for. The pursuit of truth.
Right.
I'm sorry you had to endure his madness. I'm just glad it's over. For everyone.
So, Bohai, your overseer. Will he run things better than
I mean, we gotta hope.
He won't execute people on a whim, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, that's
But
better.
he's hardly a paragon of integrity. I can't tell you how many times he took credit for data in the legacy that I uncovered. The
Okay.
best thing I can say about him is that he can be trusted to always do what's best for him.
Okay.
Yep, sounds about right.
So Bohai's
The
not that much
ancestors,
better after
is
all.
that what
Okay.
the people call the old ones?
Yes and no. The ancestors are the greatest of the old ones. Those whose legacy taught us agriculture, medicine, warfare, leadership, and patronage of the science and arts.
Okay.
The CEO called Elizabeth Sobek an assistant. What's that about?
Right. Well, any old one who has made minor contributions or worked extensively under one of the ancestors is called an assistant. That's how we thought of Sobek, until we met you. Our limited access to data past the late 2040s has obviously misinformed our view of the past.
Right.
You mentioned the reason you came here was to help your family. Your sister...
Her name is Alika. Our parents are commoners, peasants, really. When I passed the divination exams, they were so proud. It brought honor to our family and
Nice.
increased rations. Only
No, that's
Alika
also
begged
good.
me not to leave for the research academy.
Why? What happens there?
Alika knew that once you enter, you're not allowed to leave
Ah.
or see anyone, not even your family, unless you can get special permission and an escort by an overseer.
Sounds
Gotcha.
harsh.
Like the focuses we keep, diviners are few in number, and the Empire is, well, fearful that outsiders will try to steal our knowledge. Last time I was allowed to see my family was just before our voyage here.
Well, at least you're allowed to see
Because
them
of my
beforehand.
position, I was able to get them refuge from the floods within the capital.
Well, that's good.
But if our crops don't recover soon, they'll starve to death along with everyone else.
I promise I'll do my best to make sure it doesn't come to that.
Okay.
I need to get going, but if you need anything,
All I need is to help you succeed in your mission. The plan Gaia told me about to capture Hephaestus, it will help set things right.
Hopefully.
Then I
We
will
don't
do
know
whatever
for
I can.
100% certain,
I
but
promise.
Alva's great. I love her so much.